Today, on Be Something Wonderful, your story manifests your reality. Nothing else ever mattered. Who are you? I am your host, Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning, and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. One of you reached out and said, Tom, I've just never been more confused in what creates what, how to manifest what I want and desire. He said, there's so many teachers, so many messages out there on how to do this and what to do. He goes, recently there was someone coming out with reverse manifesting. And after that, I just threw up my hands. And this particular creator mentioned a recent video where we talked about, one of you said that on TikTok, there's so many teachers just in the dark doing these videos. Like they get up in the middle of the night and they do a video on how you should manifest, or they're walking around their yard with no shirt on, telling you how to manifest your dream life. This particular creator had me laughing in stitches, right, with his view. And remember that, and then this particular one that I spoke with said that his spiritual hero or someone that he really looks up to, now there's being allegations about this person and that their background is not what they say it was, that they weren't really a monk, or they weren't this, or they weren't that, that their courses are not legit. All of that stuff's going out there. Because I'm just getting really down. I don't know what to believe. And here's what I want to say. I'm not here to comment on any other teacher or coach or guru. Everybody is speaking from their own truth. Everyone's speaking from their own story. So it's not about them. The question is, what's your truth? What's your story? That's all that matters. If something helps you out there, great. If it doesn't, also great. You don't have to do anything with it. Because in the final analysis, in the idea of all manifesting and reality creation, what really creates your entire life experience? You do. But how? By who you say you are. Your definitions of who you are in your reality, what you believe and assume is the truth of who you are, your reality and your world creates all of it. Why get so worked up is what we were talking about. We had a lot of laughs. This turned into be a very light conversation near the end and really fun as we talked about this. That it doesn't matter what those other stories are. Why are you letting the stories out there tell your story? Hear this. Your story, who you say you are, creates and manifests your entire life experience, or what we say or call your reality. God is not mocked, right? What you reap what you sow, but remember what A Course in Miracles said, that's not a warning, that's a reassurance that who you say you are, how you define yourself and your reality, is your world. It was never meant to be a warning or this idea of something negative. It's you as all that is. You, I am awareness, as all that is. There's only one I am. That's why in Scripture the ancients have God answering Moses' question, who shall I send sent me? God says to Moses, tell them that I am who I am, or I am that I am, sent you. The only one I am, the great I am, and you are that I am. You are ultimate reality. Why? Because you can't break up God. You can't divide up reality or awareness or consciousness or all that is, or that one divine mind. And that one divine mind is pure potential. You as pure potential to be anything while being all things and no things all at once. You're really just pure potential to be anything or all things or no thing. Remember, nothing isn't notness. Notness doesn't exist. Non-existence doesn't exist by definition. I am not does not exist because there's only I am. So nothing is the idea that it's everything, but no thing in particular. All at once, here and now, you are pure potential. You are all things, everything, and no thing all at once. There you are as the center of all that is. The universe, the world literally revolves around you because you are the world. And in every moment of now, you're creating who you were, who you are, and who you will be. Wow. You've seen that many different ways on this channel. But again, we're going to cast our net again in this powerful now moment to get back to the idea that it's you, who you say you are, that creates all of it. Your story. Wow. So, and because there's only one I am, and you are that I am, all that is, pure potential, to be anything. Creation is finished, as Neville Goddard and other spiritual teachers say. That's what they mean. Finished in potential. Pure potential is creation. Then your story doesn't really create or manifest anything. Hear this. What does your story do, the story that you tell of who you are? It filters out all other possibilities. Wow. Hear it again. Because there's only one I am. Because you are that I am. And you can't divide up all that is, or it wouldn't be all that is. You don't add to it, you don't take away from it, you don't change it, you don't alter it. It exists as pure potential to be anything. Creation's finished. Then your story about who you are in your reality doesn't really create or manifest anything. But rather it filters out all other worlds, all other realities, all other possibilities, all other infinite parallel identities or realities of you and others. It filters all that out. Dr. Joe Dispenza, I use this quote, and one of you, our team sent me a note that one of you liked a video that we did on the Kearin channel where we mentioned this. So I'm just going to mention it one more time. Dr. Joe Dispenza said this: if an atom is 99.99999% energy and 0.00001% physical substance, then I'm actually more nothing or no thing than something. Wow. And even that 0.0001% is all things. Because the universe, or that one universal mind, what we call awareness or God, can't be divided up. It's holographic and non-local. Means that every part of a hologram contains the whole. And that whole is everywhere. So you're everywhere, literally everywhere, everything all at once. So it's never about changing or altering or influencing or getting rid of anything. Your story of who you are told, your story told of, from and through the physically focused, individualized you, filters out more than 99.9% of all that you are. I'm not saying it gets rid of it. I'm not saying it changes it. I'm not saying it alters it in any way. I'm saying it simply filters it out. So you can experience yourself as all that is. Wow. It's not about trying to ignore your senses. Your senses are your reality. That's how you filter out all other possibilities. It's about knowing that you are the filter. You are all that is, filtering it in every moment. All that is, pure potential, the no thing in all things, the great no thing in the great all things, that one divine, intelligent, conscious mind, that universal mind, as they call it, that being that you are, you're the center of it. Your story is the story of all stories in potential, that 0.0001%. but it's also all that is at the same time. That's what the ancients meant. The Father is greater than I am, than my story, but I and the Father are one. My story is one with all stories. The universal one mind is holographic and non-local. Any part of a hologram, no matter how you divide it up, contains the whole. And that whole is everywhere. In other words, everything, everywhere, all at once. So, yeah, we can talk about thoughts and feelings and images and sensations, imaginal scenes, but they don't create and manifest your reality. Only your story about them. Remember, they're all just permission slips, tools. It's your story about them, about you, about your reality that creates it all. Your I am story, your filter, your reality, and your entire life experience. Wow, love this. We're going to get back to that. Your I am story, what you assume and believe as true or the truth of who you are in your reality, filters out entire worlds and realities, entire identities and parallel worlds and parallel universes. They don't alter them. They don't change anything. They don't get rid of anything. They don't create anything. You can't alter, change, add to, or take away any part of all that is, or God, or infinity, or it wouldn't be infinity. It wouldn't be all that is. God wouldn't be God without any part of all that you are. So you, as I am awareness, are reality. That's the truth that will make you free, as the ancients said. Your truth, your story, who you are aware of being, where you put your attention and focus, because after all, that's the translation of you as awareness of being, that's the physical translation, is your reality and entire life experience. Not what the others are doing, not other stories of teachers and gurus, what story they're telling. If you resonate with it, great. But it's about your story. They're just telling their truth. What's your truth? It's not that they're wrong or right or anything. It's not about that. It's about what's your truth, what's your story, who are you? Your story, your truth, your reality. Your attention and awareness, where is that? It's not even that your attention and focus creates reality. Your intention and focus is reality. Do you see? It's all of it. Wow. All of these questions of how and when and where and why and what works and what doesn't and what are they saying and is this true? You're allowing the people, events, and circumstances, the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations, the images, the perceptions to tell your story. They are all just another story of I am not. You're letting the story tell the story, tell your story. They're just another story of I am not, where you try to change or alter or get rid of or manifest or create your reality. Stop allowing the manifested, filtered story of I am not tell your story. Stop giving power and authority and reality to stories that are not your choice or who you define yourself to be right now. Why do anything with them? They're not your choice. They're not who you decide you are right now. That's the true meaning of detachment or denial or non-acceptance. Why would you accept any reality or story that's not your preference? That's not your truth? Do you see? That's the true meaning. It's not about trying to ignore circumstances or deny anything or deny your senses while secretly believing and assuming that you have no choice, that you have to deal with them, that they're real or reality, but I'll try to ignore them. I'll try to detach from them. I'll deny them. I won't accept them. But then you secretly believe in them, believe that they influence you, believe that they're your reality. That's what we mean by being in denial. That's delusional. Instead, know that they're not reality when you say so. Do you see? All of that, this is powerful. That's the true meaning. That's what Jesus meant. your I am awareness when he was in front of Pontius Pilate. You would or could have no power or authority over me, against me at all. Unless what? Unless it was given from above. Unless I say so. It's my truth, not yours. Wow. Instead of allowing the stories to tell your story, those people, events, circumstances, thoughts, feelings, images, sensations, all of that, that filtered and manifested reality that appears out there, instead of letting that story tell your story, ask, who am I? And your answer, and only your answer, what you accept and agree as the truth of who you are and your reality, filters out every other story or possibility or world or reality. Period. No exceptions. This is what manifesting is all about. This is what reality creation is all about. Creation's finished in potential. You are that potential. You are that which you desire to be. And it's your refusal to believe it, your refusal to stand in and decide what the truth is of who you are, is the only reason you don't see it. Your story manifests your reality and nothing else ever mattered. The only question ever is, who are you? I am Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, I wanted to talk a little bit. There were just a few questions on my schedule, and I don't ever really talk about where to schedule or my coaching sessions, but some of you have asked. And as we go through the holidays now, I'm not going to be as available, but you don't need me anyway, right? And so we're going to be narrowing down. I'll be available in the new year for sure, more availability then. But as I said, you are reality. You create it all. Decide who you are. We have a new live event that's going to be scheduled this month on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. We just released a big video, the idea, this one move to manifest your specific person, based on another coach with whom I talk, with whom I have conversations with, with whom I've talked and had conversations with. And she talked about this big insight that she had, where she manifested her specific person. Within 10 minutes, he was in contact. And now they're going to meet this month. That's on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. And we're just going to have more content also on the Tom Kearin channel, so stay tuned for that. Creators with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.